It's been a long day.
ओ आजा आजा रब्बा इश्के दी खोल गुत्तियां, आजा रब्बा इश्के दी खोल गुत्तियां। ओ आजा आजा रब्बा इश्के दी खोल गुत्तियां, घट ना मुनाफे अनमोल गुत्तियां। ते लागी जो लगावे ना लगे आशिकी। ओ ते लागी जो लगावे ना लगे आशिकी। उड़ती उड़ती अखियों के लड़ गए पैंचे लड़ गए वे, ठीक लगा के झूम 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 बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम झूम बराबर 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 झूम। कब लगे कहाँ रब जाने, जब लगे जहाँ सब जाने रब्बा। हर चोट मजा देती है, जीने की सजा देती है रब्बा। झूठी मूठी बातें सुन के गुनगुनाती आंखें सुन के जलावे बुझावे बुझावे जलावे वो मोमबत्तियां। जलावे बुझावे बुझावे जलावे वो मोमबत्तियां। ओ उड़ती उड़ती अखियों के लड़ गए पैंचे लड़ गए वे, ठीक लगा के झूम 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 बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम बराबर झूम।
Hey guys, hi everyone. How is everyone? Can I get to know into the chat box? Okay, great. So we'll be starting the session as always, correct at 8:05. So would request all of you to wait for 5 minutes more. Today is the last day of our carnival event here in Masai School, and we've got some really special announcements to make. We've got a lot up our sleeves. There will be talk about coupons. There will be talk about something, a program which we're going to launch very soon for only for all of you who have stayed, hooked upon to the sessions which we have been carrying out for the past 4 days. So guys, kindly hold on to that. Be curious, and within a few time frame, we'll be revealing out what we've got up our sleeves. Thank you so much. We'll be starting sharp at 8:05. Again, I repeat, we'll be starting sharp at 8:05.
your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken travy, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. This is the last girl that played me left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note.
Come on.
Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo. So sing along to my stereo.
Let's go! If I was an old school 50-pound boombox, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops and crank it higher every time they told you to stop? And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me when you have to purchase Mad D batteries. Appreciate every mixtape your friends make. You never know, we come and go like on the interstate. I think I finally found a note to make you understand. If you can hit it, sing along and take me by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. You know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo. To my stereo. So sing along to my stereo. I only pray you'll never leave me behind.
Never leave me.
Because good music can be so hard to find.
So hard to find.
I'll take your hand and hold it closer to mine.
Yeah.
Our love was there, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
It's your boy Travi. Gym class heroes,
Sing along to my stereo.
Yeah.
Check out Bollywood Hit List on
Hey guys, welcome once again. So before I share my screen, please let me know if my voice is properly audible to all of you. Yes? Okay. Some of you have already started messaging me into the chat box. I'll take it as a yes. So guys, again, welcoming all of you. As I already told you in my previous sessions also, we here in Masai School always start any of the sessions with a note of gratitude, which is why a very, very warm welcome to all of you. It's the last day, last session of Masai's Coding Carnival. As you can see in front of your screen, crack into the tech industry, no matter what your education background you're coming from, right? And I believe that, you've come attending 4-5 lectures, 4-5 beautiful webinars and seminars, which we had kept for you. By this time, this thing must have been very, very much clear to all of you. So if you think you cannot do coding because you're from a non-traditional background, you are wrong, right? Now, before I move forward, let me introduce what Masai School is and how Masai School was formed in its first place. So Masai School, it's been 3 years since Masai School has been formed. Our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Prateek Shukla, formed it with only one idea, right? He had only got a single hunger, that is to revolutionize, the way our education sector first of all works in our country, and second of all how it is perceived in our country, right? So what are we trying to do in today's time, guys? I think a lot of you can already start taking the guess, because it is something which is very special to us. We want to bridge the gap between the untapped talent and the in-demand jobs. Now, when I say untapped talent, which lot am I, directing to? It means that for all of the folks who, are having a lot of potential, which is, you might not have done very good in your past. You might not have scored good percentage in your 12th. You might not have scored good CGPA in your graduation. But if that is the only reason which is stopping you, well, you come under the category of untapped talent, because you just do not know, what if you are really interested into coding, if you think that you want to explore here, we think that you should give yourself a chance. So today we'll be having some very, very major announcements. For the past 3 days, 4 days, we've been keeping you hooked up and curious, all curious that, what is there to come up, right? Since today is the last session, we'll be announcing our rewards. We'll be announcing certification. A lot of you have already started asking me into the chat box. We will be announcing, we'll be having a special announcement for a free learning course. Yes, you heard that right. Totally free learning course. And the most important point, how to join Prep Leave by Masai School. The reason being, we do not function the way all other traditional schools out there functions, all other traditional edtechs out there function. We are different, right? And by this time, I believe that you might have got a lot of reasons, a lot of trust, which says that why Masai School is different from all of the, educational edtechs out there. So we again, with a special announcement, there is something which is special today itself. So we are announcing some major rewards, guys. When I say major rewards, these are very, it really means to be a major rewards. So if you write about your best moments during this coding carnival on LinkedIn, I hope most of you are available on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional tool. It's just a social interactive platform where people talk about their professional journeys or anything. Even a fresher can talk about what he likes, what he dislikes. So guys, would request you all to take participation into this contest. Write about your best moments during this coding carnival on LinkedIn, tagging PrepLeaf @PrepLeaf by Masai and adding hashtag PrepLeaf Coding Fest. I will repeat it again, guys. So you'll have to write about your best moments. We've had 5 good sessions, great sessions by the stalwarts of different if we talk different aspects. We had a session by Mr. Varun Bhatt, then we had a session by our chief executive, chief technical officer, Mr. Nupul. Yesterday we had a really engaging session where our curriculum engineer talked about how to get get your first steps into companies like Microsoft. We also spoke about what it takes to get into FANG companies. And lastly, we spoke about placements as well by none other than the Vice President of Masai School, Mrs. Shweta Khanna. So the best post will be getting a reward of 5,000 rupees. Again, this amount will be given in terms of Amazon vouchers and will be sent to your registered email ID within 7 days. So best post, 5,000 rupees voucher, brand voucher from Amazon. Most liked post, again, 5,000 rupees brand voucher from Amazon. And first 25 people, yes, first 25 people to post that will be getting a brand voucher worth 1,000 rupees. We will also be having a lucky draw of 50 winners whom will be giving 500 rupees brand voucher as well. So guys, if you want to take a screenshot of this, please take a screenshot of this. We'll be announcing the same thing before we close today's session. Again, repeating, go forward. Once the session gets over, rush forward to LinkedIn and start writing about your best moments during this Masai Coding Carnival. Now, let me introduce, we are having a really special guest out here in, this hour in the evening. The topic, first of all, I'll take you through the topic. It is DIY project ideas to showcase recruiters. Now, what do I mean when I say DIY? DIY abbreviates to do it yourself. Yes, you heard that right. DIY, do it yourself project ideas to showcase the recruiters out there. We are having a very special guest. I believe that, someone whom we'll term as a definitely as a prodigy. A lot of students, and when I say a lot of students, literally students numbering in thousands, 10,000, 20,000 students have, are continuously looking forward to his presence, and he has made the journey possible for a lot of students who were coming from really, really humble background. And, even a lot of them were, had done a non-traditional course. They have not done CS, BTech in CS. They had done a non-traditional course, might have done something in English honors, might have done something in philosophy, economics, etc., etc., and he made their dream possible. So let us welcome the guest of the hour, Mr. Aman Watts. Aman Watts, who is the senior curriculum engineer here at Masai School. Let me just speak few pointers about him. Even though I believe that he's an infamous personality, not only in Masai School, but I believe if we talk about, if we cover the whole aspect of the students who've got successful and got placed from Masai. So he has done his bachelor's in engineering from BITS Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra. He worked in EXL as an analyst. He is involved in development of some very core engineering projects in Masai, which includes plagiarism detection, automated code quality reviewer. And at Masai, he plays a major role in departments like pedagogy team, DSA team, and development team. He heads a huge, huge team under himself. And today, I believe, as I already told you, all of the colleagues, if you talk about all of the people at Masai School, he is one of the person we look forward to every day. So welcoming the guest of the hour, Mr. Aman Watts. Handing over the mic to you, Aman.
Thank you so much, Vivek, and thanks for the warm welcome. बाकी जनता को hi, hello everyone. How are you? कैसे हो सब लोग? How many of you? Just एक बार chat पे करते हैं. How many of you guys understand Hindi? एक बार yes लिखना chat पे please. Hindi, okay? ठीक है, okay. Now let's go to the second question. कितने लोगों को हिंदी नहीं आती? Now those, please write no. Okay, ठीक है. So I'll keep most of my majority of my this session in English, but अगर कहीं कहीं पे if somewhere in between I move to Hindi, तो मैं वापस उसको इंग्लिश में रिपीट कर दूंगा. Then I'll repeat it in English. Sounds good? वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, जिनको हिंदी नहीं समझ आती, those who don't understand Hindi, I'll repeat the same thing in English. ठीक है? The thing is that some feelings, some things that naturally, एक बार के लिए comes out in Hindi, so I'll correct and speak back in English. ठीक है? All right. Okay. Okay. So guys, if you saw the topic today, that's very interesting. So Vivek mentioned it right. We have had students or who have become really really successful, though they were not from computer science or even BTech or even engineering se the hi nahi. They were not from engineering but went on to become really successful. Even actually अभी जब मैं थोड़ी देर में एक project दिखाऊंगा, when I'll be showing you a project, I'll show you a project which was done by one student who has done BCom, right? BCom के बच्चे हैं, ऐसे भी बच्चे हैं those who have just done 12th and they went on to make something really really good, right? And I think except for one project, all the projects that I'm going to show you of our student were from non-engineering student, right? So again, I'm not saying कि जिनको आती है, जिनको those who know computer science or those who have done engineering, they are at some backseat. You will become even better. You will become much better. आप उससे भी अच्छा बनोगे. But if you don't know, if you have not done your engineering in computer science for any reason, then that will not be a bottleneck, is what I want to tell. So shall we get started? Shall we start? Yes? No? Yes. Let's get started. Let's see. Cool. Let me share my screen. So even before going into कि क्या वो projects है, what are projects that we can do, sir? First of all, I want to talk about कि करना क्यों चाहिए, है ना? सबसे पहले बात करते हैं कि why should I do project? Like, what is the फायदा? What is the benefit? What is the benefit of doing projects, right? Why can't I just get more certificate, more degrees और उससे काम चला दे? So let me go through one point at a time. How many of you understand this word? थोड़ा भारी word है, it's a bigger word. Credibility. Credibility, you understand? Everyone understands credibility? No? Okay. Yes. No. Yes. No. Credible. reliable, bharosa, trust, right? So when you are presenting your resume to a hiring partner, technical, matlab someone who is hiring you for this domain, software engineer, software development domain, तो जो भरोसा है, जो जो आपकी credibility है, your profile's reliability goes up. Why? Because you have built something using it, right? That's very important. So if you, and I guess most of you are willing to get starting your career in this domain, so you want to make your resume stand out कि भाई अलग से ये अच्छा लग रहा है, this is higher credibility, this person has already built something, then this becomes really really important for that person. दूसरा, you are not just a person who is learning theory, right? Tell me one thing, guys. You must have known some friends, कुछ दोस्त आपके रहे होंगे during your school days or colleges, who are very good at theory. Numbers पे अच्छे लाते हैं, right? Numbers पे अच्छे. But when you go ask them to do something practical, कि practical या फिर where will you use this in real life? They're like, पता नहीं, don't know. They just know the theory. I said, why have this happened with you? That you know some friends कि theory सब आती है. He scores good marks. He is like or she is like really really good. But when it comes to कि अच्छा बता इस problem में क्या करें? If you know the difference between Chatur and Rancho, do you understand? How many of you know Chatur, Rancho? Chatur, Ramalingam, Rancho? Anyone who likes to watch movies? Yeah, even if you don't like ये movie तो देख लोगे यार. Huh? Okay. So if you know the difference between them, Chatur and Rancho. So this, if you want to be the Rancho, not the Raja and Rancho wala Rancho, the three idiots wala Rancho, then you should do finance. Achha, this reminds me of Raja and Rancho. I don't know if you guys know of that. It used to be a series back in 90s, if I'm not wrong. The third thing is it ignites interest. And I'll talk about कैसे कौन सा project आप करोगे, कौन सा project करोगे, what all project is there in Masai curriculum. I'll talk about that. But even before going into that, I want to talk about why we are doing. Just repeating for the students who have joined late, a little late, right? Voice सही से सुनाई नहीं दे रही है, sir. I think most of are able to hear. And I just came out of the session, so it shouldn't be an issue. So the third one is ignites interest. मतलब एक बार आप project कर लोगे. Let's say you are learning. I see. Just take an example. Web development. Okay, full stack web development. Once you do a project, you will start to search for more of these things, right? So it will not become boring. You may have seen you started learning something, you picked up some subject, and then few days you were doing really good. Matlab 8 week, 1 week, 2 week, you were doing really, really good. And suddenly you are like, no, I'm not liking it. Aisa hua hai? And then you switch to another course. फिर Coursera पे you bought another course, and then you again started watching, this third course थोड़ी देर तक के लिए. And then again you see that कि, नहीं ये भी नहीं मजा नहीं आ रहा. You know what happens? Because we don't do something that keeps us hooked, है ना? वो hook करके नहीं रखता है. Why? Because we are not building something. Once you build something, उसका मजा ही है. And the fourth, it kind of relates with this one, proof of skill. आप सिर्फ ये नहीं बोल रहे हो that I know C++, I know Python, I know, JavaScript, I know SQL. You're not just saying that, you're not just claiming. There's a proof as well. What? That go and see. And best part in tech is, आप अपने code को, you can make your code open source, that the world can also come and see your code, right? So once you do that, you are not just saying कि I know JavaScript. You're also proving कि, by the way, here is the code that I have written, right? So there's difference between claiming and actually knowing and proving. So वहां पे you will stand out. This kind of relates to this point as well. ये बहुत important point है. This one actually helped me as well in my first ever interview. So क्या होता है? This is a very important point. I would like all the students to hear this very carefully. What happens is, if you have done a project and you have mentioned in your resume, right? The moment the interview start and the moment interviewer goes to that section, you can incline this interview या फिर अगले कुछ टाइम के लिए, एक अच्छे खासे टाइम के लिए, for a good number of minutes, the discussion can go around your project. So this the exactly same thing happened. I think 10-15 minutes I was having in my interview I'm talking about. And then after that 10 minutes, he started discussing the project, my project that I did, right? And because it was my project, right, I knew exactly all the things about it, right? So the discussion goes around in the strength area, my strength area, not something that the interviewer thought of. मान लो interviewer सोचा होगा कि अच्छा I'll ask him, something like, let's say Python list me, I will ask, right? And let's say, assume that I was weak at it. But the moment the interviewer start discussing my project, मेरे strength पे था, right? It was like, what do you call it? Bowling full toss, if you know cricket, full toss ball कर रहा था कोई आपको, like हर ball पे छक्के मार रहे हो. Why? Because that was your strength, आपकी strength area पे था. The interviewer, if you consider him bowler, he could have, bowled you in Yorker, right? But what you did, you just kept the interview to your strength, right? And last but not the least, very importantly, ये जो project based learning होती है ना, it lasts longer. मतलब what I mean by that is, let me tell you about project based learning. So जब भी whenever you learn something, if you learn like X, Y, Z, मतलब एक एक करके, one step at a time, then it can be something that the learning won't be that effective और आप भूल भी. But if you learn like, I want to do this, let me figure out क्या क्या करना चाहिए उसके लिए. अच्छा ये करना चाहिए, project है A. अच्छा, I need to learn B, C. Then let me learn B and then C. So when you go learning that way, because you want to make project, वो learning always stays with you. Can you name one famous personality who does this very often, who has also built rocket, who has also built cars? He didn't do a rocket engineering. He just went, is like, yeah, I have to make some rockets. Learned about that. अच्छा ये fluid mechanics सीखना होगा. अच्छा ठीक है, सीखते हैं. Propulsion सीखना. Okay, let me learn this. ये सीखना होगा. Okay, let me learn this. अच्छा ठीक है. Fluid mechanics के लिए I need to know Bernoulli equation. अच्छा, let me learn this. So project based learning, there is an outcome. There is an outcome. If you learn that way, वो हमेशा, yes, most of you got it right. Elon Musk is an example of this particular learning. तो आप एक तरफ उसको रखो, right? Think of Mr. Musk. And at the same time, think of someone who started with, B.Tech in maybe rocket engineering or something, M.Tech in that, PhD in that, and specialization in that. वो सब कर रहा है. Who will have a better outcome? Who will have a better outcome? जो एक outcome लेके गया, who will have a better learning? Trust me, guys. There are research paper as well. You can actually go and check. There are research paper as well on this project-based learning. तो आप कुछ करते वक्त, if you go with the name that I want to build this, मेरे को ये बनाना है, and then you go and figure out what all things needed to know this, build this, so you will learn in a much much better way as compared to just learning कि भाई पहले ये सीखते हैं, फिर ये सीखते हैं, ये फिर ये. So these are the reasons why I would say that all of you should aim to build projects. Well, learning अलग level पे होता है. And that I have seen in Masai. I'll also walk you through some of the project, right? I have written some student says I have written my research paper on my machine learning project. Amazing, great. Someone has written how to get certificate. Great. No, not great. Okay. So now the a very important question. How many of you are currently in college? एक बार write on chat yes, because this is a question that definitely picks up. कि यार बनाए क्या? What to build? What should I build? You know, like many questions that you might be thinking that what to build. Here, I understand that projects are important, but now that sir, आपने बताया that projects are important, but what should I build? Like what project to pick up? There are different domains in which you can pick up your project, and I'll tell you what all things you can divide your project on. So एक एक करके बात करते हैं. Development, right? It can be web, it can be Android, and I left comma because there are many more development. iOS app, there is many mediums, right? That in which development, web development being the most popular one, right? Second one, if you have learned computer science, or if you will be learning computer science, or if you will be getting involved in one of our courses, right? You will be learning something called as data structures and algorithms. Heard of it? This term? ये term सुना है आपने? Data structures and algorithms. Very famous subject. I think most of your hiring companies ask in, most or almost all actually ask in this subject, right? If you do projects on this, like if you want to target, the most aspirational companies like the Googles, Amazons, Microsoft, these projects you should do. And I'll also give you some examples of these projects, data structures, algorithms. Right now I've just categorized or धीरे-धीरे करके I'll also walk you through what these projects, what are some examples of the project. Some other core subjects of, so again, if you do these, you will, so if you, let's say if you're doing some algorithmic project, what you basically indirectly say to the recruiter, ki bhai, I know algorithms, right? If you don't believe, go and check my code. मतलब कुछ कहना ही नहीं है, it's just there is a famous quote in programming that, don't talk, show me the code, sorry, it says talk is cheap, show me the code, right? So this is one sort of a thing. If you are making if you are claiming that I know algorithms, this is a proof. I have written the code which does something algorithmically. Maybe एक example देता हूँ झट से. Maybe what I can do is, and this is a project that one of my friend did. If you submit all the pictures of all the side of a Rubik's cube जानते हो? Rubik's cube, right? Rubik's cube. I don't have it around me right now. So if you submit, it is an application on which if you submit all the pictures of Rubik's cube, there is an algorithm. What it does, it will tell you the turns that you need to take in order to solve this. Amazing project, algorithmic invest, right? Or if you want to do something around networking, right? Something around security, something around database, some core computer science. Or I've kept miscellaneous, जो कि बाकी सारी चीजें इस category में you can put. Right now, someone is asking how can this project be done? There is an algorithm, or let's say step-by-step instruction to solve Rubik's cube. Those guys or those students who have tried ever, कभी भी आपने Rubik's cube try किया हो, so there are some step-by-step instruction that you can pick up, right? कुछ step-by-step. सबसे पहला step होता है, let's not go into that, but अगर मैं step wise बात करूँ, so 3-4 step होते हैं through which you can achieve the Rubik's cube solving, right? So he basically did that and written that as a program. I think he also written a Quora answer on it. So probably I'll send a link, or you guys can also check it out on Quora. If you search this Rubik's cube solving project Quora, you will see he has put a well documented answer on Quora as well. Okay, so let's see one at a time. What all things can you build? Now understand guys, there's one thing that you need to understand very clearly. If you already know these subjects, like let's say web development or Android development, then you can get started with these projects. Or second, you can learn this, and do these projects. If you enroll in any of our courses, we have project-based learning. Like you will be learning and doing some project, right? And that too in group. So the learning is on another level. Let me walk you through some of the projects ideas that you can pick up. If you want to write it down, you can write it down. Anyone knows DC++? कोई DC++ जानता है? Does your college have something called as DC++? No. Okay. DC, yes, someone knows. Okay. DC++. It's not a software. It's a I mean, it's not a programming language or something. It's a software. It's not like C++. It's actually not written as DC. It's written as no, not Dev C++. So मैं आपको बताता हूँ क्या होता है DC++. DC++. If you go to some of the older colleges in our country, they have all the students of all the hostels are connected. Through LAN cable, like wire के through they are connected. LAN cable सभी के room में आ रहा होता है in all the hostel rooms, and all are connected. Okay. So let's say if you want to download a series, let's say any Mirzapur fan है, Mirzapur उठाते हैं चलो. Let's say you want to watch that series, right? So within a click, if any student in any hostel has this series, so in one click you can just download this, right? This is a software that exists. DC++. You guys can also try. If it's not already installed in your system, in your college campus, you can probably request your admin to install it. But this is there it's a peer-to-peer connection. Every student in the hostel is connected with each other. Yes, somewhat like torrent, exactly, but very fast speed. Like a file of 2-3 GBs will get downloaded in like 20-30 seconds. बहुत fast होता है, right? I mean, this is a speed at least was there when I graduated उससे पहले. So what happened? When I came out of college and started living where there was no DC++, and when I had to download a bigger file, I still remember that I had to download. If you have played this game, WWE 2K18, there were games, WWE 2K18, FIFA game hai. these are like bigger games, right? बहुत बड़ा size होता है, 12 GB, 13 GB. That's the size of these games files, right? So I had to download this. I put it internet to download. No success, right? बहुत slow यार, 18 GB. It will take long to download. So what I did was, and that's the first idea that I want to talk about, make something the problem which you struggle with, try to solve in the development. So what I did was I built a website, and I actually did, and it was used in some of the colleges which didn't add C++. Build a website which can show you, like let's say I'm here, okay, I'm at a location, and I want to download 2K, but it's a big file, right? 12 GB, 14 GB. So I'll search on my laptop on going to that website, and it will show me all the people near me who had that game, right? Agar same game, if someone near me, like let's say 100 meters from me, if someone has this game, right? So I just search and it will show me that someone has this game already, right? I can, get it from that person. And at the same time, I can get a friendship with someone or bonded with someone who is of the similar mind, right? Now, this is a problem that I face. I built something using to solve it. Not just that. I'll show you a project by one of our students. She solved a real life problem. Okay, I'll show you this towards the end, right? So this is something that you can definitely pick up. Agar aapke paas, if you face some problem, any problem, like one student developed an application where you put the, where you take a picture of any pothole, gadha, any hole on the road, it just tweets to the nearest authority, right? Like Twitter page, it will go to the tweet to the nearest municipal authority. Very simple, right? It just fetches the location and tweets to the. Now, this is a problem that you found, and if you know development, build a project around it. How many of you got this point? Notice problems around you, solution dikhta hai, build it. Okay? Nahin? Huh? Maybe. Someone saying repeat one thing. Okay. Let me repeat one more time. I'm saying that if you see any problem around you, right, and you have a solution, aisa kuch product bana sakte hain, or we can make a website who does this. I give an example how I solved one of my problem using a website that I had created then, right? It will just show me all the things that every person living nearby, what all files, what all movies they have, or maybe what all games do they have, and I can get it from them, right? So whatever problem you see around you, you can build something using it, right? And who knows, probably that idea can be really big and you can do a startup out of it, right? Okay. Second, and this is something that again our students also do, cloning existing websites, right? This is something that, let's say if you want to target specifically e-commerce companies to get a job or get an internship, like let's say you want to target Amazon or Flipkart, right? You can probably make a clone of their website, completely end to end, their website, Flipkart website or Amazon's website, right? And this is something that our students have made, right? एक और आपको idea बताता हूँ. If you wanna make a project about something, this is one interesting idea that again we did in college. So Twitter, if you have used or if you know about Twitter, you can't put more than 140 characters in a tweet, right? आप नहीं put कर सकते more than 140 characters in a tweet, right? Now, what you can do using Twitter API, you can make your customer or whoever is using your website to write, let's say 300 characters. If he wants to write 300 characters, you can make them write 300 characters in your site, convert it into an image and then tweet that image on his behalf. नहीं समझ आया? How many of you got this? Let's say someone is willing to write 500 characters, right? Not sure if you have seen, but Twitter me, you can't post more than 140 characters, right? So people, what they generally do, and it's a long process. People write it, then take a screenshot, and then put it on the Twitter, like tweet it as a image. What you can do is you can be a mediator, right? There is something called as Twitter API. Uske through, you can just ask this, your customer, whoever is using the website or whoever, is using your project, and this is a good project idea. You can do it, right? Yourself, DIY. You can take the input from the user in form of a text, convert it into an image, पीछे में, backend में, and then tweet that image on that customer's behalf. That is something that you can do, right? This is also a project. If you use Hotstar, You would have seen that Hotstar kya karta. Please repeat it again, someone says. Okay, I'll quickly repeat it. First of all, understand Twitter has a limit of 140 characters. Okay, you can't put more than 140 characters, right? And if you want to, let's say, tweet a bigger message, like let's say 500 characters or 1,000 characters, you won't be able to. You will have to make multiple tweets, like 10 tweets separately, right? And people generally ignore in that case because that's tweet hota hai. So what people generally do, those who use Twitter and want to put a longer message, they will write it, convert it into an image, and then post it, right? So what this student, a friend of mine, did is he converted this into an image on his project. A project banaya where even if you enter 1,000 characters, it will convert it into an image and then tweeted that as well. If you use Hotstar or any similar application, uh, there is a 5 minute they show for free, 5 minutes or 7 minutes, right? They show for free for the first 5-7 minutes, and then they ask you to log in or buy premium account. इसमें फंसे हो? Has anyone got stuck in this round that you have you have to sign up and probably buy a premium account or some things like that? Now, this is a very interesting thing that you can do. I'm not sure if you've already tried this or if you have. I think Twitter is going to upgrade word limits. Yes, yes. I also think this. I have recently read this in one of the news as well. Okay, so let me tell you one thing that you can do. Or if you have read Medium or any such article, आप जैसे ही खोलते हो it shows कि नहीं, you need to buy premium account, right? ऐसा आपने देखा होगा that you have already read 3 free articles for this month, and you have already read 4 articles for this month, and you will have to buy premium account, right? One quick hack that you can do is you can open that in incognito and it will open. But then I think most of you will be knowing, right? Because what these products do is, right? These products maintain it in your browser's cache. Ki how many times you have opened it, and if the number of times you have opened is greater than their limit, they will show you certain messages. Once you open it in an incognito or a private window on your browser, Firefox, Chrome, whichever you use, then the browser restarts the session kind of a thing. और वो कैश क्लियर होता है तो आपको दिखता नहीं. I mean, you are able to read it because browser is like अच्छा ये पहला article है, this is the first article, so they show it, right? What we did was, this was during one of the tournament, we didn't had the Hotstar subscription. What you can do is you can write a program which keeps deleting your browser cache every 5-10 minutes, right? The only issue is the page will refresh every 5-10 minutes, and you can continue to watch that. I repeat myself. मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ? Whichever browser you use, let's say you use Chrome or let's say you use Firefox or Safari, कोई सा भी आप use करते हो, Internet Explorer. How do they do it? How do they do it is, let's say you are running Hotstar. So Hotstar, what it does it in the browser only, it maintains how long was this site open, right? 4 minutes. The moment it exceeds 5 minutes, they show कि नहीं, अब आप नहीं देख सकते. You can't see it now. You need to buy premium. One quick way of beating this is you can open this in incognito, but आपको बार-बार करना है, right? बार-बार आपको close करना होगा. You will have to again open and again open that link, right? Someone's writing in chat, मजा आ जाएगा सर ऐसे में. Actually मजा आ जाएगा. And then what you can do is, I'm not sure if you can, if right now they have, a way around it or not, but then there was no way around. So what I was saying is, one quick thing that you can definitely do is you can keep opening it after every 5 minutes in an incognito private window. वो तुरंत काम कर जाएगा. But if you know programming and if you want to do a project, write a script. What that script will do is, it will keep clearing your browser cache. जहाँ पे वो store हो रहा होता है कि 4 मिनट चला, अच्छा 5 मिनट चल गया. Wherever this gets stored, after every 5 minutes, keep clearing your browser's cache. Right? So what will happen in that case is the moment you clear your browser cache, it will again get restarted, right? And you can continue to actually watch for a longer duration. Can you share source code? You can find it on GitHub. You do a search, right? And this is something that you would have recently maybe heard in newspaper. कुछ mobile phones, Flipkart or Amazon or इन सारी चीजों पे आता है. So they come up with a limited edition, right? कि this this phone is launching at this time, 11 बजे launch होगा, and you know that by 11, in 10 seconds or 20 seconds, every all of these will go away, like सब sold हो जाएंगे, all the mobile phones will get sold if it's a limited edition. Xiaomi in the beginning used to release this way only, right? Flipkart Pay, it would come live, and within 2 minutes, all of those will get sold, right? And you're like, many people waiting, yeah, I was not able to place order. So what you can do is maybe you can write a Python or a JavaScript script where it will automate this for you, right? I think yes, someone written in the chat. Python script is also available for this. You can pick this up, right? So these are some of the ideas. I skipped this one, Google API. So API क्या होता है? There are many services which have their API open. Okay. API मतलब क्या है? You can use their service programmatically, right? Like you can write a small Python code and call Google API, Google service to ask कि भाई, how far is this place from this place? It's called Google Maps API. You can build something using that, right? So there are many APIs using which you can make a website and do some sort of web development. And similarly, there are many with respect to algorithms as well. So Sudoku solver, and here I've also kept a link to show you about Sudoku solver. Just give me a moment. Let me show you one of the Sudoku solver that our student has built. Just one moment. So this is one of our student who built this Sudoku solver. आपको दिख पा रहा है? Can you guys see this? I hope you guys can see the screen. So what it does is there is an algorithm. Once you put the Sudoku, numbers there in that order, right? Let's say, right? It's just loaded this Sudoku. Okay. Now what you can do is you can set a speed, right? And you can see this solving. This is following something called as a backtracking algorithm. So this is one project that you can do. And trust me, guys, if you are targeting for high-end companies like the Google, the Microsoft, the Amazons, the most aspirational companies, algorithmic projects can give you a really head start, right? So let's see what is this is a project of one of the student at Masai. Let's see. Do you see this? It's trying to fill. It's a brute force backtracking algorithm, backtracking based brute force algorithm as it's. It's filling. It's checking if this is an algorithm, backtracking algorithms. How many of you guys are able to see? Yes, I will soon see. I mean, I could have set the speed higher. These are the, this language, this project was done in JavaScript. I'll also probably send you the source code link of GitHub for this project. Okay. This was end to end, like they made, and that's the best combination. If you know an algorithm, combine it with web development, or uska ek project bana do, it comes out to be really amazing. It's still not solved. You see, I'll send you the GitHub link. We'll send you the GitHub link. Abhi, jaise hi it gets solved, we'll send you the GitHub link. See, it's again gone back to that. So what basically this algorithm does, in case you don't know, it fills a number and check karta hai, if I fill 2 here, baki sab mein ho jayega ki nahi, will rest of the other cells will fill or not. Once if it is able to fill, then 2 is the right solution. If not, it again goes back, कहता है नहीं 2 से नहीं होगा तो 3 डाल के देखते हैं. That's what this is doing. For example, here it put 5. See, again it gone back क्योंकि कोई एक try किया कि अच्छा चलो यहाँ 3 डालते हैं. It didn't work. It came till there. See, this is a very time taking, but it's an amazing algorithm. Like it can solve the Sudoku for you. जो आप करते हैं. Let's see how long it still takes. एक बार देखते हैं. How many of you are liking it? थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है देखिए. It feels good because it's exactly how we would have done one thing at a time. and it is trying all the things and it's seeing kya work karta hai, what works. It's kind of like a hit and trial, but in a backtracking manner. Let's see अभी भी सही होता है कि नहीं. So it has filled cells till here. यहाँ तक fill हो गया. Okay. Now it is, oh नहीं. Okay. Sub delete नहीं चला. It again goes back. Oops. Okay, then it's again coming back कि चलो ये try करके देखते हैं. Let's see, does this work this time? And the best part is, if you see, the student did put a speed as well, so I can also visualize you in a faster manner. Someone is asking, what is this? So this is basically, you upload a Sudoku. जैसे यहाँ पे I am giving a Sudoku and it's solving the Sudoku for you. This is working on something called as a backtracking algorithm. एक backtracking algorithm पे this is working. This is taught in Masai school, and with front end you can make a. It's a project that most of our students. Okay, let's see if it still is able to solve this or not. Okay, interesting. It has come till this level. It will go on back again. Why is there is a set delay? Because that is kept here. यहाँ पे रखा गया. Shall we wait for it to get solved? Shall we wait? Yes, अच्छा ठीक है. Let's wait. Let's wait for it to get solved. देखते हैं कहाँ फंसता है ये algorithm. So guys, again, just to tell you, it just picks a number. जैसे यहाँ पे let's say it picks 5, it puts 5, and says कि 5 देख के अगर 5 डाले, if we put 5, is it working other places or not? बाकी जगह पे is it working or not, right? And I mean, if we put 5, will other cell will get filled or not, right? If it not, then it will try for 6. 6 also nahi, then it will try for the next available 7 or whichever number which is available, right? And ऐसे करके it will try to fill all the cells. Okay, you see, 9, 7, 5, 6, 8, right? There's a good, I think, 90 minutes class on this topic. When you know, once and if you come to Masai, you will be having amazing time learning this. We have a very detailed session on this, key how exactly this happens, and that's why the students make projects using this. It again went back here. Let's increase the speed. Increase the speed. All right, let's see. We'll have to submit a next set of Sudoku to it. All right, let's do at a higher speed. ठीक है, अब देखते हैं. ये अच्छा, I've done slow actually. Sorry. I've done slow actually. Okay. The fastest. Done. Looks good. This is a amazing algorithmic project that you can pick up, right? एक और करें, एक और. In very fast manner. Let's see one more, right? Again, try to understand what it does. यहाँ पे क्या करेगा ये? यहाँ पे first cell में it will pick the first cell and it will try to put whatever that is available. One नहीं डाल सकते because one is already present in this box, right? Two नहीं डाल सकते because two is already present, right? So one नहीं, two नहीं. Can we put three? Three नहीं try करते, right? Because three is already present, right? Three is present here. Can we put four? Can we put four? Four we can, right? Because 4 is not present in the smaller chota wala box here. 4 is not present in the same line. 4 is not present in the same row, same column, right? So we can put 4. So you'll see it will put 4 सबसे पहले, right? And 4 डाल के it will see कि बाकी fill होते हैं कि नहीं. And then basis that it will proceed. You see, I'll make it a little slow ताकि आपको मतलब you can visualize, and then I'll again make it fast. Just we'll go and put 4. And 4 डालने पे 1, 2, 8 सब सही जा रहा है, but 8 आगे 8 when you put 8 it had left no option for this cell. इस cell के लिए कोई option नहीं बचा था, right? When you put 4, 2, 1, 8, so then it will like नहीं यार पीछे कुछ गलत हुआ है, there's Then it goes and questions that कि भाई ये गलत था. Then it puts the next option, next option, next option, and keeps on trying this. Now let's do it a little faster. Okay. This all is happening programmatically. You are not doing this. Oops. यहाँ तक आके went back to the very early to question. Okay. Okay. Let's see. फिर I'll put this link in chat. You can also try this, setting up this speed and trying it. I put this link in chat, by the way. If you want to try it, you can try this out. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Similarly, I guess Ayushi also created this. This one is very difficult. This seems like a difficult Sudoku. It took a lot of time. Okay, but done. Right. Now let me share with you the code. Yes, Sudoku. Let me show you this student's Sudoku solver. Yeah. She's one of our student, and guys, you will be surprised to know she is from BCom. She has not done her engineering or something. No, this is the portfolio. Let me show you. Let me say, yeah, Sudoku solver. Right, this is the link. So she also built it. See, similar Sudoku, right? So I'll send you the source code link as well in chat. But my point is that if you can, you can also build an app like this, right? This is one of the algorithmic project, right? That you can pick up. This is also solved. All right. And there are many such. Let me show you one more. There is one algorithm called as dynamic programming. How many of you have heard of this? How many of you have heard of this? How many of you have heard of this? Dynamic programming is this, right? So using this, you can also make again some. Sorry, just give me one moment. Using this, you can make some applications which is actually done in real life. For example, if you have seen you write some wrong spelling, like let's say if you want to write Caseo and then you ended up writing KASE, right? Then it suggests KAISE. Or if you write, hello, and if you just do HELO, it suggests did you mean HELLO, right? ये देखा होगा आपने spelling correction algorithm, spelling if you are typing on mobile or anywhere. You just see acha, did you want to type this, did you meant this, autocorrect, yes, this is the algorithm which is used. This is an algorithm called edit distance, right? What edit distance does is, if you let's say write a word and instead of word you write let's say WOD, right? So what it does, it calculates all the words of this word, and there's something called as edit distance. Matlab, for example, WORD, right? WOD को WORD बनाने में कितना एफर्ट लगेगा? One insertion, right? R बस insert करना है, correct? Right, guys? R बस insert करना है. WOD को if you want to make word R, you just need to insert R, right? So this is called edit distance of 1. Let's say if the other word is work. Now WOD को, if you wanted to type work, how much effort will it take? You need to insert one character and you need to replace one character. Like R needs to be inserted and D needs to be changed to K. So what this edit distance is called 2 there. So whenever you type a word which is not in their dictionary, what they do is they calculate something called as edit distance with all the words similar to it, right? And जिसका भी सबसे कम होता है, like in this case, this is 1, right? It shows you that. Did you mean that? If you write, let's say, if you want to write, let's say, school, right? And let's say you ended up writing SCHOL, right? So it will itself suggest, did you mean school, SCHOOL, right? So what you do is, how it works is, it calculates something called as the edit distance. So simple dynamic programming algorithm, right? You can just, and guys, you will not believe this is something that you can pick this up. So let me show you. एक बार मैं, I hope you guys can. This was not planned, but चलो आपको दिखाता हूँ. Edit distance algorithm. Edit distance algorithm. I think मुश्किल से 20-25 lines का code होगा, right? Also called as Levenstein distance, by the way. And let me show you the code. Yes, this is all the code. I mean, in C++, it's 70 lines. In Python, it is 29 lines. And in Java, it is 50 lines. Okay, 50 lines का code है. Now, in just these 29 lines, you can find out edit distance of one string with the other. एक word जो लिखा है, उसका बाकी के साथ, right? So understand this, you can do this project right away, like something which is as powerful जो आप daily use करते हो, you can also make this, right? And trust me, if you make this, won't it be amazing? Like if you can build something which you're using, and if you put it on your resume, won't that create trust? बताओ आप बताओ. Won't the सामने वाला person, whichever company you have applied, won't that person say like, wow, this guy has built something which I use, right? This is amazing. So that is the power of project. Let's go more, and I'll थोड़ा सा fast जाऊंगा मैं. Bioinformatics में, if two DNA, if someone gives you DNA sample, are the two DNA sequence aligned? एक word होता है DNA alignment, sequence realignment, कुछ ऐसे करके word होता है. If you want to check that, that is also an application that you can make. DLS. Have you watched today's match, India New Zealand? India New Zealand match. How many of you watched? Didn't watch? Got to know about either was rain. Duckworth-Lewis scheme, पता है? Duckworth-Lewis. There's a rule that if rain spoils the play, you get to know कि अच्छा, the revised target is this. This is the revised. इतनी कम ball में, they get a revised score. That's a dynamic programming based algorithm. आप वो भी बना सकते हो, right? And you can mention, if at this point rain happens, what will be the new target? That's a dynamic programming algorithm. All these links also I'll be putting. Bloom filter, right? This is a data structure. What it does it, let's say you type something, right? If you type something, let's say, up, okay, in YouTube, if you are typing carry, right? Depending on your interest, it shows carry minati और कैरी फॉरवर्ड ऐसे करके वो खुद ही सजेस्ट करने लगता है बाकी थिंग, राइट? और इफ यू टाइप लर्न, इट विल योरसेल्फ, लाइक इफ यू आर ओपनिंग, यू आर एन प्रोग्रामिंग एस्पिरेंट, अगर आप लर्न डालोगे तो इट विल इटसेल्फ शो यू लर्न जावास्क्रिप्ट, लर्न सी प्लस प्लस ऐसे करके, राइट? सम लेट्स से समवन एल्स, लेट्स से housewife, if she puts learn, then it will show, okay, learn to cook or learn to build this or learn to make this, right? Or something like this. Has that happened with you? आप आधा type करते हो and suggest the other things, other half of the things, other part of the thing. That's a data structure, that Bloom filter. You can implement this, and trust me, this is also not very complex. And that's why I'll just quickly show you Bloom's filter. एक बार Google करके आपको दिखाता हूँ. Bloom's filter. You just open, let's put implementation. You will see it's not that difficult. This is the implementation of Bloom's filter, right? It's used a lot of places. बहुत जगह पे use होता है. That's your Bloom's filter, right? You can build this, and if you build this, trust me, there will be an amazing trust that you will develop. Next is Gale-Shapley algorithm. Have you during your counseling, maybe JEE or any entrance examination, आपकी एक rank रही होगी, you would have gotten a rank, maybe let's say 40, 50, ऐसा कुछ rank आपको मिला होगा, you would have got a rank, and then you would have filled a preference कि first I want this college computer science or this college mechanical, ऐसे करके you would have filled a the preference order 1, 2, 3 ऐसे करके, and millions of students with different rank fill this, right? Then this matching, which student or which one gets which seat or which branch, is done by this algorithm called Gale-Shapley algorithm. इसको Marriage matching algorithm कहते हैं. Now this is also something a DIY project that you can do. Let me show you. Gale-Shapley algorithm, right? Not many people do these project guys, but if you do these, like not many seminar, only those who go to the very high end of the companies, they do it, right? Also called as matching algorithm. Now this is the pseudo code for that algorithm, right? You can build some application using this algorithm. Secure chat application, you can encrypt your text. And not just that, I'll quickly walk you through, some of the database operating system. SQL query analyzer, if you use SQL, how to compare multiple, query and say which query is better. Bank account manager, this is the object-oriented programming project that you can do. Some networking project, you can do socket programming, you can open port analysis, a security analysis that you can do. These are some core computer science projects. So we follow this a lot. In someone asking which language you use to make them. Trust me, guys, in computer science, language is just a medium. Just abhi, when we are talking English or Hindi is just a medium. You can do it in almost any language, right? Project-based learning, right? How can you do project-based? So we emphasize a lot on this particular part at Masai School and in practice by Masai. How do we do that? Every fifth week in our programs at Masai, there happens a project week. What happens in that is the student of the batch are paired among themselves and they build something using whatever they have learned in those last 4 weeks. And I'll also show you some of those projects as well right now. तो वो लोग क्या करते हैं आपस में they collaborate, like let's say one of you and there is a team of 3 4. आखिरी के batch में there is another student and there is another student and 3 of you will make a team and you will build something for the entire week. Amazing environment that is, right? And you will build something and you will present it to the team that this is what we have built. Let me show you some of the examples. So let me just one moment. Let me show you a few examples. A portfolio created. Now this is a project created by one of our students, not from engineering or not from BTech background, created by Mansi. You can also look at her profile on LinkedIn. Can you guys see? देख पा रहे हो? Right? This is what this project does. And again, as I mentioned, she noticed this problem around her. So what this project does is it asks you all the details of you, like what are the things you know, what are the things you need to learn, what are the what all projects you have done, what all languages, programming languages आप सब कुछ डालते हो and it create your portfolio, right? It creates your portfolio. Like let me try to do this. I think I had already used this. Okay, let's create portfolio. Okay, it's asking me to log in. Let me log in. Now, once I log in, it will ask me some details, right? Like the color theme. Let me use this color theme and about dot name Aman what's and I'll put my email ID aman@message.com, right? And put a number here. Let it be skills. I can put what all skills I know. Additional links if I want to put my links like Twitter or GitHub, right? And once I do this, I'll do publish. So what it will do is it will create a portfolio for me. अब मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? If I go on that site, if I go on this site, amanwats/masai.dev, it has my portfolio. अब देख रहे हो? I can give this link to anyone. अभी मैं chat पे डाल रहा हूँ. You can also open this, right? My online presence is created within 3 minutes. Created by someone who is not an engineer by degree. Not an engineer by degree. I think Mansi's LinkedIn account will also be here. Let me actually check, show you guys. I think she has learned mathematics, not an engineer. Can you guys see? I have opened LinkedIn. Okay. She learned full stack development from with us. She's a graduate BSc in maths. Guys, can you see the screen? नहीं हाँ maybe कुछ तो होता. Yes, no, maybe yes, you can see, right? She's a student who did engineering with her, who did did not do engineering, learned full stack development at Masai school, and then she's also working as a software engineer at Day5. This is a project that she did with, right? Just look at the project, guys. If you see, you just go to the site dev.voyage, and all you need to do is provide some details like what all skills you learn. You can change the theme from here, whatever is your favorite theme, and just release your online presence within 1 minute. Now think about this, guys. If a non-engineer by degree can build this, then isn't it possible कि आप ऐसा कुछ? No, it's not that it's a idea that she came up. Here, many students, many developers build their portfolio. Can we do something? Uh, you know, can we do something to quickly, build students' online presence or build developers' online presence? How many of you like this project? मतलब आप भी use कर सकते हो actually. You can just go sign up and choose your favorite email ID, and just you have your online account created and your online presence created, right? Student of ours build this, right? Someone asking LinkedIn account दे दो. Okay, I'll share her LinkedIn account in chat. Sorry guys. Right, so just I'll share this link as well, dev.where you can just use this link. I've pasted the site link as well. You can use this site. You can just go there, sign up with your details, put all the details, your LinkedIn ID, and your online presence getting created in minutes. A project done by a high school student. Sudoku solver, as I already showed you, see this one, I already showed you. This is something built by our student. Let me show you. As I mentioned, one of the ideas, if you saw this, one of the ideas for development project, I mentioned that you can clone something, right? If you want to target specific company, like if you want to target, let's say, a finance, a fintech startup or something, maybe you can clone Paytm, right? Don't completely use their, everything that is present. You can just, let me go to that. Yep, let me show you this clone. One of the student built this. Okay. Have you seen a site similar to this one? कुछ ऐसा दिखा है आपको कभी? ऐसी कोई साइट देखी हो? कौन सा साइट है? कौन बता सकता है? फ्लिपकार्ट. फ्लिपकार्ट में के होता है कि सी होता है? Okay. I think the images are not live now. This is a project that the student did when he was, recently, मतलब अभी ही करा है, and in curriculum, right? You can go around this, book this. I think Abhi he has removed uh, all the other aspects of the product, but yes, you can, almost all the features are exactly similar to. So this basically, let's say if you build this project, right? And if you're going to then go to, your a company which is hiring for front-end developer, right? What more credibility will they ask for? इससे ज्यादा क्या चाहिए उनको कि the student knows web development or not? इससे what better can you show to that? And also I've also collated here. If you go to LinkedIn, and I'll also put this link, and just make one search, just type construct week, you will see amazing number of posts by your student, what they have created. You can show this, what they have created. They'll walk you through your project, their project. They will walk you through the code base, right? Oops. Screen sharing got stuck. Okay, see, so just go and search on LinkedIn construct week. Just make a search on construct week. I'll put this link in chat again. This is a project that our student did during their state was. See, if you can see this, buffer.com, lot of content you will see, and weekly basis they're like Facebook rules. Someone developed the exact replica of Facebook, right? There's a GitHub repo as well, right? So it's, you can then and there see that what was the code base used. You can see the live preview of the application. See? Some product that the student did, right? So this is what our students have done within 4 weeks time, or let's say to put it that way, 30 weeks may, if this is what you can build from a non-engineer, non-computer science, from a 12th standard to this level, this is amazing. I've pasted this link as well. And there are some more links in case you are interested. I am pasting some new links in chat. Let me just quickly paste this in chat for you. In case you are interested in exploring more, you can have a look at these links. I pasted some links in chat. For example, one page has all the projects that you can make using dynamic programming, if you know dynamic programming. One project has many computational biology. If you are targeting any computational biology company, do these projects and get started. Because this is what will build credibility. Bharosa, समझते हो? Reliability, credibility. जब पिच पे राहुल द्रविड़ आता था, तब की बात है, पता नहीं कब देखेंगे। Then you are like कि ठीक है, ये आउट नहीं होगा। उसको कहते हैं क्रेडिबिलिटी, है ना? T20 में कौन है जो बैट लेके आता है, लाइक ये तो बना के जाएगा? Who was that person? Who is that person for you? You know, when they come to the pitch, you're like ये तो कर जाएगा. For me, it was the MSD, Surya, Sky. Okay. For me, it was MSD. No one has come to that level yet. So उसको कहते हैं credibility. So similarly, when this type of project to build, the kind of project I showed you right now, जब आप ये बनाओगे, and once you're hiring, your recruiter sees कि अच्छा इसने ये लिखा है, and there is a code base, you'll give a link कि यहाँ जाके code देख सकते हो. What will happen? They'll have the भरोसा, they'll have that credibility, reliability. अरे ये बच्चा अच्छा. That is the difference it creates. And not to forget, वो interview जो है ना, it will go in a subject that you are good at, not around something जो interviewer सोच के कि मैं ये पूछूंगा. You can turn the interview to something जो आपने बनाया and you are comfortable. तो आपके comfort domain में आ जाएगा. So project is a quick way of getting a job, as in cracking the interview. And it's a good way of practicing and actually owning programming skills. This is what I wanted to discuss, guys. I think we have Aman Singhal as well. So I hope you were able to understand some of the projects that you guys can pick up and build. Why? For certain reasons that I just mentioned, right? If you are just recapping things, if you are willing to target certain companies, certain high-end product companies, do go for algorithmic projects. And if you are willing to, get started as a developer, do pick these, front-end development. There are many problems around you. Pick up something, solve it. As I showed, someone just solved the portfolio creation problem. Thousands of students are doing it, using it these days, right? Something that our stress. Think about it this way, guys. मतलब ऐसे सोचो यार, मतलब I still feel really powerful that if someone who didn't know programming 7 months back has done Bachelor of BSc, right? And right now is making something which is being used by thousands of people every month. थोड़ा पावरफुल फील होता है इस बात को सोच. That's the power of project. ठीक है, बाकी और ज्यादा ज्ञान नहीं. I'll hand it over to Aman Singhal for taking it up. Over to you, Aman.
Thank you, Amanvas sir. Thank you so much for insightful and entertaining session it was. I hope student, matlab, I don't think there can be a better way to showcase, like if you're learning something, how can you showcase without having any support? You can build your own project and showcase it, like making your online presence. First thing I would like to ask all of the students, how many of you wants to create such projects? Please let us know in the chat how many of you wants to create such project, like the website which you are using on a daily basis, the things that you understand properly, and now creating the same thing. Maybe the idea is not your own, but the whole structure, back end, front end, everything, algorithm, you can think and you can create and you can showcase it to the interview. Yes, you want to create, you should definitely create such things, right? So with that, guys, our coding carnival is about to end. Just some announcements are left. First thing, if I want to give you overview about how things has gone, like you have understand what it means to become a coder, what is software development, what is full stack developer, what will you do once you will go into companies, what exactly tech stack that you're going to work on. Then we learn like how to crack companies which we can never thought in our dream, like Netflix, Google, Amazon, right? Through the session of Loy, through the session of Niharika, we learn these things. And today we learn the most important thing, how to showcase our skill set to the interviewer. It's not a rocket science. Like as was said, anyone can learn. And this is our message through all these 5 days, 7 workshops. The simple message is anyone can become a coder. It is irrespective of your degree, your branch, your college, your stream, no matter which branch you are from, which course you are doing right now. Only thing that you really need is the intent and zeal. And this is our basically our effort to develop that interest inside you, that to develop that, okay, yes, now I can become a coder. Again, I want to ask you guys, how many amongst all the students those are present in this call, how many do you think that you now can become a coder or a software developer? Right. So let me share my screen, and I like to focus on some certain important aspects. Yes. Few days, like if I recall, like in the last 3-4 months, we got so many messages from the students. Like Masai school is focusing on 4th-year students. Masai school is focusing on students who have graduated. I got a message from 1st-year BTech mechanical students. Sir, how can I become a coder through Masai school? I got a message from 2nd-year diploma students. Sir, is there any scope that I can become a full stack developer? I got a message from 3rd-year students and asking me, sir, what can I do so that I can crack companies like Netflix, Google, Amazon? How can I work in the Silicon Valley, and how can I work in the Bangalore, India? And now we have the solution. Together, all the industry expert, Amanvas, Nrupul, Lohe, the people who have taken these sessions, me and Ankit, Bhavishya, and all the course holders sit together and design one program, which will give you something. Like right now, we just have ignited fire within you that you all can become a coder. That is not enough. What is the whole journey of going from having this dream to going into the Silicon Valley and work there, to going into Bangalore and working in a tech company? Like what can we do that after 4 years of our graduation, कि मेरे नाम के आगे भी लिखा हो full stack developer, मेरे नाम के आगे भी लिखा हो software developer executive, right? What can we do? And together, this is your problem, and Masai has come up to make sure that we can solve your problem. Before going further, I'll want to give you certain numbers which can give you. This is one regular program that Masai School currently is having, Preply for Masai School is having, in which we are training you for 7 months. The average package that students are getting is 7.5 LPA right now with 95% success rate. Now, suppose if we take 2nd year, 3rd year, 1st year students into this program, be it of any branch, streams, degree, any students, those who just have the feeling of becoming a coder, and they learn the same thing for the 24 months, almost more than 3 times time they are providing. In the time, they will solve more than 3x problems. They are going to make so many difficult projects that they can showcase on their online presence. They are going to get a professional internship when they are working for the company. What do you think for such student, what should be the average package? Guys, let us know in the chat. What do you think should be the average package for such a student who is learning with us for 24 months, learning all these skill set, learning the ability of learning, and showcasing all these projects? I want to see the chats because I'm too excited to see the chat. You already know the answer, I think. If you look at the chat, you already know what average CTC that a student can get after doing this program. And hence, together, we are at the first time, this is the first time we are going to launch Career Accelerator program developed by Preplif and Masai School for our 1st year, 2nd year, and 3rd year students. Any students who just believe that they can code, who just believe that nobody can stop them into becoming a coder or developer or full stack developer. For them, this program we are launching. I'm from a middle class family. I wanted to become a coder. I have awareness, you guys do not have. I have resources, you guys do not have. But one thing that I and you have common is the potential, is the fire. And together we are going to ignite that fire. Together we are going to realize your potential so that all of you one day after graduating can work in the company, sitting in the same office as I am, and working as a software developer, as a full stack developer, and so more and so more. Talking more about this program, average CTC you have seen, but this program is not just about giving promises that you will get the average CTC. This program is all about giving you the insurance, giving you the assurance that you are going to get a job. Hence, we'll name this program as a job guarantee or a job assurance, in which not just a job, any job. We are going to give you a job for which the minimum package that you are going to get is 5 LPA. Guys, 5 LPA job assurance program. If you get anything below 5 LPA, you do not have to pay us anything. Like just the talking about the minimum LPA, we have talked about the average CTC that you guys have talked. Now you are intelligent enough to calculate what can be the maximum. And as Lohit said, as Vas said, as Nipul said, for coders, sky is the limit, right? So if you think that you can become a part of this program, you think that, yes, I have that energy, that intent, that zeal, that I want to become, why can't I become one of those? So then come and join this program. Ashutosh, please share the link in which student can fill the today's feedback also and can let us know. But I understand there is one thing, that there will be some students, those who are not very sure about 2 years commitment. For them, we have launched one more program, which is known as Scholar Program, which is a 6-month program, in which also everything will be taught from the scratch. You are going to learn more about how to create such projects, learning more about coding, DSA, Java, backend, front end. Make your project, and that program will going to help you in getting the internship. Now it's up to you. You think that I can provide my commitment 6 months, join Scholar Program. If you think you are sure that, yes, I want to break the wheel right now, then join the program, which is known as Career Accelerator Program, right? So this is the most exciting thing. And this is the first time on an online presence, we are presenting the Career Accelerator Program. I'll walk you through the website also. And I won't talk you much about it because I want you guys to go and search it on your own. You can search preplib.com. You can get all the courses here, and you can learn more about what is this program. Yes, guys, give me a second. Yes. What is this new Career Accelerator Program? How is this is an insurance to your success? How this program is going to help you in becoming one of the best coder. Like, you know, that Instagram, Facebook, Netflix, we see their founders, we see the CEO of these people, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Page, right? But what you do not know is, like, in the cubicles, people like us are sitting who are writing lines of code. We are writing these codes that become, collectively that become the Google, collectively that become the LinkedIn, collectively that become the Facebook. And we can become such person, and we can create such kind of impact. See this program, and those who are interested, please fill this form. This is all about our mega announcement. And currently, I can say Masai School is now focusing on all the students, whether you're first year, second year, third year, final year students, no matter which course, which stream, which branch, which college do you belong to. We believe in simple thing, guys. Simple thing is, skills is the only thing which matters the most. Skill is the thing which will remain with you for the upcoming 30 years. And if you know how to learn the skill, you can do anything. And this is something which you're going to learn at Masai. And we expect only one thing from you. That is your intent. That is never to give up attitude. That is, no matter what will happen, I'll make sure that I'm putting effort to get into my dream success, to get the success that to get into the dream career. Right, guys? Talking about it, talk more about some of the rewards which you guys already know. Definitely, the students who have joined all the 5 workshops are going to get the free preparation portal. The top 100 feedbacks, top 100 these answers are going to get a 500 Amazon voucher. Plus, Ankit was I was talking to Ankit. Ankit told me, let's make it more interesting. Student has attended all the 5 days workshop. Let them write more about these workshops in the post on a LinkedIn, so that they can also build their network on LinkedIn, so that others can understand, other students, their friends, their family members, their siblings can know what these people have done in the last 5 days. And we can understand how much you have understood about these 5 days workshop, how much you have understood about the coding. So guys, this is one new competition that we are going to give you. You have to write about what have you learned in the last 5 days, what is the best moment of this space. You have to tag PrepLeaf, and you have to track hashtag PrepLeaf Coding Fest, guys. And the best post, we will determine who is the best post, will get 5,000 reward. The most liked post will also get 5,000 reward. The first 25 posts will get 1000 reward, and the lucky 50 draws winners will also get a 500 rupees award. Nothing. It's something like you have understood something for the last 5 days, and now you have to showcase that to the world. This is like the pre-def, you are going to make such huge project, and that you are going to showcase them on an online presence. That the way Aman was has shown. The same thing that you have to see today, that is on LinkedIn, you have to do. Make sure you tag PrepLeaf and make sure you use this hashtag, hashtag PrepLeaf Coding Fest. Ashutosh, can you please elaborate it more?
I'll be sharing on chat.
Yes. So guys, you can see, I'll giving you more time. Ashutosh has already tagged you the, please also give the website of PrepLeaf and give them, @PrepLeaf so that they can do. What language is required for game-based project? All these things we are going to learn in this upcoming course. Again, with this end, I'm again going to just conclude what we have learned in the last 5 days. First thing, skills is the only thing that matters the most and nothing else. If you have a zeal, you can come at Masai and you can get the program and you can get into the field that you really wanted to go. Something that can make, the dream that we have all have seen, right? कि एक दिन Google में काम करेंगे, एक दिन Amazon में काम करेंगे, एक दिन Netflix में काम करेंगे. That all thing is now possible with this course, with the Masai school now. We have already shared you the form. Please fill the form, so that we can know about your interest, right? Second thing is certificates will be provided to you within 2 days on your registered Gmail ID. Amazon voucher will be provided to you on your registered mail IDs, plus the LinkedIn result, the post that you are going to share by tagging hashtag PrepLeaf and hashtag PrepLeaf Coding Fest. The top post and the person whose post will have the maximum like will get a voucher of 5,000 rupees, right? The top 25 student, the first 25 student will get the 1,000 rupees vouchers, right? And random 50 students will get the 500 rupees voucher. We have already got 20,000 registration for this 5 days workshop. Thank you, everyone. I like to thank all of you, all the organizing committee, Vivek, Ashutosh, Ankit, who is leading all the program. And I like to thank all our instructors, starting from Varun, Ankush, Nrupul, Amanvas, Lohit, Niharika, Shweta. I like to thank all of them for making this a huge success. Now we have designed this program, we have launched this program. Now I can't wait to start this program to help students in their journey, right? So with that, I'll hand it over to Vivek. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Aman. Thank you so much. Again, Mr. Aman was, the session was, as always, it was very, very interactive. And guys, I believe all of you now have known that, what we had got up our sleeves. The Carnival Fest lasted for 4 good days. We had multiple sessions aligned for all of you. But as all of you are aware about, before ending any of the sessions, we used to have a small Q&A round, right? So would like to invite Mr. Aman Watts. Maybe I can ask 3-4 interactive questions, which some of you might be, kind of apprehensive about. So as I told you, Aman is a really special guy here. He has made possible the journey of many students. I mean, there are hundreds of students. I cannot even talk about all of them here. But Aman, I think you reiterated it. You already reiterated it much enough, right? But still, there are people who have joined this coding fest, and I think a lot of speakers in previous session also reiterated. But if you want to sum up in one line, right? If it is possible for a person coming from a non-traditional background of computer science or BTech in computer science, right? Or let us say even engineering. So is it possible for him to reach such heights which a person who does computer science from a good degree or from a good college, is it possible for him to reach such heights?
Yep. So had you asked me this question 3 years back, अगर आप ये question 3 साल पहले पूछते, तो based on my belief, I would have said कि हाँ, but उतना confidence नहीं होता. Now that I have had the fortune of teaching such 2,000 students, close to 2,000, and placing 2,000, and continuing to teach right now close to 7,000 students, अब मैं तो पूरे भरोसे के साथ कह सकता हूँ that yes, but I'll also mention that it's not that easy कि बस चौक पे जाना है and just pay and get that thing. You'll have to work hard. You need to have certain logical reasoning and thinking capacity. That is all that you require, and you can if you had that zeal, as single mentioned. So yes.
Thank you so much, Aman. I think the answer was just in sync with the other speakers as well. A lot of you guys are asking that will sir we be getting certificates? So guys, do not worry. We will be sending you certificates for the coding carnival fest which you have attended for the past 4 days onto your registered email ID. Now, a kind of follow-up question here, Aman. Uh, since now I believe a lot of them personally believe that they can start a journey, but it is always good to take calculated decision here. I'll talk more about problem solving because they
Mhm.
had gone through the session conducted by uh, Varun Bhatt.
Ankush, I guess.
He,
Varun and
yeah,
Ankush,
Ankush
yeah.
also. So they spoke about data structures and algorithm, and before that there was an importance of building logical, right? Building
Mhm.
logical reasoning. So if you can just maybe comment on that, in what
Okay.
ways can someone build logical reasoning?
Sure, sure. I think your ability or the way you have practiced maths till 10th, I'm not saying to go to calculus and advanced stuff, but the way you practice maths, can you logically break down the problem into smaller steps and then combine those, right? Like I often take this example in my initial sessions at Masai, like first, second session. Let's say I give this a question, मैं आपको एक question दे रहा हूँ, and think of it from a okay. Think of it from the perspective of a LKG, UKG के बच्चे के perspective से think of it. This is the question that if 5 pen costs 10 rupees and you are selling your 10 pens, okay,
Mhm.
and then you want to buy 30 pens of 2 rupees each, how many pens will you be able to buy? Now, अभी आप जब करोगे when you will do this, like कि बहुत आसान है सर, बहुत आसान है. 5 pen cost 10 rupees and I'm sending 10 pens, so I'll get 20 rupees. I need to buy 30 pens, each has 4 rupees or 5 rupees is price. No, I won't be able to buy because this is more than this. But एक बार सोचो कि LKG UKG चलो छोड़ो. Let's give it to a second, third, second, third, fourth standard student, right? Who's someone who knows addition, subtraction, multiplication. उसको ये question दो, give him, think of it from that perspective. He'll be positive कि इसमें बहुत चीजें हैं.
Hmm.
But if you break down this problem in like three parts, how much money am I earning? How much money do I have to spend? Is this one greater than this? तीन स्टेप में प्रॉब्लम टूट गया. लेट्स डू ऑल थ्री वन एट अ टाइम. हाउ मच मनी एम आई अर्निंग? अच्छा, 5 पेन कॉस्ट 10 rupees, सो 1 पेन कॉस्ट 2 rupees. अच्छा, ये यूनिटरी मेथड. सो 10 पेन विल कॉस्ट मी 20, सो 20 एम आई. Okay, how much money? I hope you got the idea. The idea that I'm trying to
Yes.
reach. So if we can logically approach a problem, break it into sub problems, attempt all, one single step at a time, combine it. That's what structured thought process is about. And that's what algorithms also is. उसको थोड़ा, fancy way में कहते हैं, that becomes algorithms, right? So yeah, Vivek, I think
I
that should
think
help.
a lot of the students here are maybe before they start, they get intimidated by the complex coding jargons here. When we spoke about DA7, and we talk about any of the languages here. So I believe, guys, Ankush, especially Ankush, he has a unique way of teaching, and that is what he did in his session as well. He helped break all of those complex jargons into very self-explanatory formats. And I believe, guys, these are the kinds of instructors we're having here at Masai School. So when we say that you learn from the best, you definitely learn from the best. And I think, Aman, we have changed the lives of more than 200 families. I mean, those families were in, below poverty line. Now
Right.
the children generation, you know, they
Correct.
wanted to do some put in, and they now have become a software development engineer. But
Correct.
again, one of my last follow-up questions to you would be: a lot of them, were asking me questions in the previous session regarding the profile of the software development engineer. So will it
Mm-hmm.
be is it's evergreen now? It's green now, right? It's onto the cloud nine. But what would it look like 20, 30 years down the line? So if you want to
Okay.
comment on that as well.
Yep. Yep. Sure. Sure. So, this is my understanding, and the tech blogs and all the things that I read in terms of how future is going to look like for this industry. I think it's going to be shining for the next 25 to 30 years for sure. There will be fewer aspects of it, fewer specialization that will start to shine more than what current things are. So, for example, if you see the web development, some part of it, or a most part of it, will move towards automation. But a new specialization in machine learning engineer, data science, data analytics, some newer divisions, IoT, that will start to rise, right? तो कुछ चीजों का अस्त होगा, such is life, right? And there will be some new domains that will get to rise. You love to take this example. आपको पता नहीं, I'm not sure if you know this, but back in 1800s, there was a job of someone who will come and knock at your door to wake you up, right?
Okay.
बहुत amazing. Yeah, I'll just pick this. There's an amazing picture that I saw. I read this about this on Quora once, and it was amazing. There was a job. You pay someone, 1800s की बात है, that will come knock your door to wake you up whatever time you tell them. Yes, कि मेरे को 6 a.m. पे जगाना. Now, of course, this was replaced by alarm clock 100 साल पहले से ज्यादा से, right? But इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी कि वो जॉब किसी और वे में खत्म हुई नहीं. Now there are different innovative alarms that people are making, right? So one will go for sure. Some of these specializations will go, but some new will come up, and computers and technology is going to be the future. So no doubt, some of these domains will be shining.
And I think it would be a very right time here to also add, like adding up onto the same context which you are having, that the learning, some of them are actually believing that, if you get into software development engineering, if I've mastered, let's say, a single coding language, maybe Java, right? I wouldn't have to, learn anything else. Maybe I can just continue my profession only with the help of that single language. So I think upgrading yourself with time is also something which is imperative, right?
Right. That's the most important thing. I think Yogesh and Ripple also puts it in the form of a quote that, though tech pays you the most, like one of the highest paid jobs are from tech. But at the same time, it's like running on a treadmill. It's not gonna stop. You got to keep up with the pace. So that's one for some people who are a little lazy or who don't wanna move out of the comfort zone. It can be somewhat challenging. But if you love it, if you love the fact that someone challenges you or some new thing come to learn, I think this is the best field to be in. So absolutely true. More than any other field, this is where you need to keep upgrading yourself, and that's where the fun is, and that's where the money is.
I really hope that, each and every one out of the 1,000 students who are currently attending this particular seminar, your apprehension when you attended on the day one that, I cannot become a coder because I might have done a course in English honors, or I might have done something in economics, or any of the courses which are non-traditional to BTech CS. Now that is broken. But if you are still having that, please throw that into a dustbin. Write it on a paper, throw that into a dustbin. One of my last question to you, Aman, here would be, uh, since all of us want to become coders now, we want to make our lives, and join in a profile of software development engineering. One big question which stands in front of us, and it acts as a big, what you call, barrier, where to start from. I think this is where Masai comes into its role, right? Because it's very, very difficult. It's from my perspective to decide where to start from. Like if even if I'll think now I want to become a coder, there are a lot of resources available onto the Google, right? Open source. I agree to that. But do you think it is important that a organized curriculum or an organized pedagogy, if someone approaches with that, that is more smart?
Amazing. That's a very valid question. I would like to take somewhat more time for this one. So I think I'll just quickly break about the flow that everyone should use, and then talk about how are we doing it at Masai. So first one is learning a programming language. You need to know how to speak with computer, right? If you are attending the session, first prerequisite is am I understanding the language in which Aman is talking? English, Hindi, yeah, maybe. Then you can, right? The second, which is very important, no matter which domain are you going to make your career with, but do understand algorithms, data structure, the basics of computer science, how computers internally work. Like right now, when me and Vivek are talking under the hood क्या हो रहा होगा वो समझने के लिए you need to understand data structure algorithms. And third is, and that's where you start to get into the specialization part, is what is that interests you the most? Someone likes making front end, like the beautiful web pages that they make. Someone likes to work at the back end. Someone loves data and drawing out insight from data analytics. Someone likes to, just work more on the IoT, Internet of Things, like, maybe building like, putting a camera in front of my home and seeing what is the average number of people traveling every hour window. किस समय सबसे ज़्यादा
Mhm.
बनाते हैं? IoT, right? Programming your camera, a Python program and then scripting. So IoT. So then figure out the interest there and get deeper into that specialization, I would call it. So these three steps on a broader level. Now, how we have done that in Masai is we know that most of our students are from non-tech background, right? So there is second thing called as pedagogy. Many of you would have heard curriculum, क्या पढ़ाया जाना है, but pedagogy, कैसे पढ़ाया जाना है, that also becomes really important. I'm sure आपने college में you would have seen some teachers, some professors, or not just in college, outside as well. आपको पता है सुन के you get to know कि यार इसको बहुत knowledge है. This guy is amazing. But when it comes to teaching, समझ ही नहीं आता what is the best, what is that is being taught, right? कितने students के साथ has this happened, to figure out कि यार ये professor मजेदार है, मतलब बोलता है तो अच्छा लगता है. But क्या बोल रहे हो sir? I'm not able to understand, right? So the art of teaching something, how to teach, is called pedagogy. And in the last 3 years, Masai School has worked a lot on that. How to build analogy, कैसे example से समझाना है. जैसे आप data structure समझोगे ना, the Varun sir will take you to kitchen and will, I think he has already taken you to kitchen and show कि कैसे, the masala boxes are arranged in a certain way, optimal way of extracting masala, right? That's analogy. Examples से समझाएंगे कि अच्छा इसकी जगह ऐसे समझो. Once you learn through analogy, then like अच्छा by the way यहाँ पे ऐसे होता है. So I think very true point. The curriculum pedagogy is something that Besides worked harder on, because we have a lot of students from non-tech. Most of them are from non-tech.
And I think, we couldn't have had a better person than you to explain this particular point. Because, guys, he is one of the main person who has developed most of the curriculum and pedagogy here in Masai School. So, I hope that is clear to all of you. How important is it? If you're moving ahead, please move it in a planned manner, right? In an organized manner. Definitely,
Right.
You have to take calculated risk. We here in Masai School, not only we boast of, but we also assure of that not only we are creating industry relevant, job, we are not only making happening, you get placed into the industry level jobs, but also our curriculum is updated time to time according to the mainstream, however the circle moves in whichever direction it moves, right? And the person who is most aware about is right in front of you. Uh, we had all of them had a session with Ankush and Varun Bhatt as well, and they are one of the senior curriculum engineers here at Masai School, right? They are the instructors, have played their role in instructors as well. I remember one thing which Ankush was saying, that everything which happens in the life is binary. If you want to do it, yes or no, right? You may create a subset of this. So what all of you now have to figure is, if you want to move ahead and do coding, yes or no, right? If yes, then where you have to, which platform you have to choose, right? I think we at Masai are really doing fabulous jobs here. If you want to hear some really, really good testimonials from our students, as Aman was, I mean, he showed open the LinkedIn, he shared his screen and told just type construct week project. So we're having a lot of, it's like a lot of activities here. 15 hours of hands-on coding, right, guys? And there's a collaborative project between the peers here as well. So I believe if the example which Aman gave, that girl can do it, I believe all in each one, every one of you can do it. Aman, I would really like to now close the session, but before that, uh, to these all thousand souls, would you like to state something? And thus we'll conclude the session.
Yep. One closing note, all I would want to say is, I mean, going with the theme of this session, projects add a lot of values. So I think Yogesh puts it this way, अगर आपने सुना हो, there's a quote in cricket, catches win matches. Similarly, he mentions that project then gets you jobs in software development, because that proves credibility. This is not like lawyer where you need to have a degree, or a doctor where you need to have a degree to operate. You prove skills and you got it, right? So please do those projects that we have discussed, and wishing you all of you the very best for your future endeavors and your plans. And it was great interacting with you. And thank you so much, Vivek, for conducting this session and hosting me. It was amazing speaking with the student. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aman. Really, really means a lot. So, guys, again, I believe most of your apprehensions are now cleared. We've had some really, really, life-changing stories here in Masai School. So, if you really want to become a coder, now is the time. The platform is already available in front of you, right? We've already introduced the platform of Masai School and Preppy. Now, coming on to the last part here and reiterating for all of you who had put your efforts, you have dedicated your time in which you might have slept, in which you might have gone out to play, or might have done any other activity to the codes, right, to the coding carnival. So it's a gratitude which I show from the bottom of my heart. Again, the thing which is visible in front of your screen is, you know I want each and every one of you, yes, each and every one of you. This is how you will come out of a comfort zone. This is how you will become confident. I can give, that a lot of you might feel shy to write in front of the public. But for all of you who are present on the LinkedIn, you now know what to do. Write about your best moments during this coding carnival on LinkedIn, tagging Prep Leaf by Masai and adding the hashtag Prep Leaf Coding Fest. What can you get? The best post, in which a person have articulated his experience really well, will be winning 5,000 rupees worth brand voucher from Amazon. A most like post. Now, this is where you have to get creative, guys. In order to get your post most like, I mean, you'll have to be definitely a real creative here. Again, that person will be winning rupees 5,000 worth brand voucher. First 25 people, you heard that right, first 25 people to post about this Masai Coding Carnival on LinkedIn, tagging hashtag PrepLeaf Coding Fest and tagging at the rate PrepLeaf by Masai, will be winning 1,000 rupees brand voucher. And lucky draw, we'll be having 50 winners who will be winning the 500 rupees voucher, brand voucher. Guys, so this is a heartfelt thanks for all of you who took out a time to join this particular session. And now I think it's a good time for me to say bye bye to all of you. And maybe I'll see most of you studying here in Masai School. Really, really look forward to interact with all of you. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Good evening.
Vale, vale.